Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, I'm going to react to the world's most remote buildings. Now, this video is by the B1M, which is probably my favorite architecture engineering type channel on YouTube. And I've never I wonder what the purpose of these buildings are. Like, why are they so remote? Why are they so far out? Are they like maybe related to like nuclear research? Like, are there things there that are not safe to be in, densely populated areas? So yeah, this video is going to be really, really interesting, and I can't wait to get into it. So let's do it.
While the majority of construction activity occurs in and around major urban areas to provide housing, infrastructure, and support economic growth, some buildings serve their purpose by deliberately being as far away from the hustle and bustle as possible. Seldom seen, barely known about, and hardly ever visited, these are the world's most remote buildings.
God, imagine living in this lighthouse, man, and all you can see is water. I don't think this would be good for my for my sanity.
Officially the smallest island in the world with a building on it, Bishop's Rock is the westernmost point of the Scilly archipelago and lies 70 kilometres from the closest major town, Penzance, on the UK mainland. With the rise of shipping between Britain and North America in the 19th century, numerous vessels were becoming wrecked on the islands on the last leg of their journeys towards Britain, prompting the construction of the lighthouse. With works commencing in 1847, the original structure was planned to stand 37 metres or 120 feet tall on iron legs. However, the light was never lit on this tower, as the building was washed into the sea in 1850 before being commissioned. Work on the current lighthouse began in 1851. This time, the structure was built from granite, painstakingly shipped out to the remote location. The challenge of finding suitable terrain on such a small parcel of land meant that the foundation stones had to be laid below the waterline. To achieve this, the project team constructed a cofferdam around the site and pumped the area dry, enabling works to proceed. First lit in 1858, further strengthening works were carried out in 1881.
Wow, so they built a bigger lighthouse, around the original one.
Placing the original tower in additional granite and raising its height to 49 metres. With access via boat becoming increasingly difficult, a helipad was installed on the lighthouse roof in 1976, remaining in frequent use until the lighthouse was fully automated in 1992.
Thank goodness, so it's completely automated. I'm glad to hear that, because putting someone in there, by himself to, like that far away from everybody else, tough job. I'm sure there's people out there who think that they would be suitable for that, but man, tough job.
Tash Rabat, in the furthest reaches of Kyrgyzstan's Narin province, served for many centuries as a caravanserai or rest stop for traders, making their way along the Silk Road between Europe and Asia. Believed to have originated as a monastery as far back as the 10th century, the structure offered weary travellers safety and shelter as they made their perilous journeys between the two continents. Featuring 31 rooms and halls with dome-shaped roofs, the entire structure is built from crushed rock and clay sourced from the immediate surroundings. Though unused today, the site can still be accessed by a lengthy horseback trek. For those wanting to stay the night after such a journey, the site's caretakers offer accommodation in traditional yurts nearby.
Wow. The Global Seed Vault in Svalbard, Norway. Man, look at this building. Looks like some kind of alien outpost.
Nicknamed the Doomsday Vault, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault on Spitsbergen Island lies 1,300 kilometres from the North Pole and is one of the most remote buildings on Earth for a very important reason. The vault stores the seeds from gene banks around the world, ensuring their survival and protecting global food supplies in the event of large-scale regional or global crises.
Wow. So if there was like a nuclear attack or some kind of just all-out nuclear war, you know, there would be the seeds there if there's any humans left to restart civilization. That's really cool.
Built by the Norwegian government in 2008, the location was specifically chosen for its remoteness, lack of tectonic activity, and cool climate, which helps to maintain the sub-zero temperatures of the vault, even in the event of a refrigeration malfunction. The facility was constructed by boring into the side of the mountain through 120 metres of sandstone. The vault's positioning more than 130 metres above sea level ensures that its contents will remain protected, even in the event of the polar ice caps melting.
Wow.
With the bulk of the structure located inside the mountain, the only sign of the facility at surface level is its impressive steel and concrete entrance, which is topped with an artistic installation of mirrors, prisms, and optic fibres.
That is so cool. I love the concept of this. You know, just the ultimate insurance policy. This looks like a centipede, doesn't it? It looks like that's the head, these are the antennae, and these are the legs.
From the far north to the very far south of our planet, the Haley Antarctic Research Station is home to the British Antarctic Survey. Named the sixth after 5 previous research bases succumbed to the elements, the current Haley base is designed to react to the hostile and ever-changing Antarctic environment, greatly increasing its lifespan. The facility consists of several modules laid out in a straight line and orientated perpendicular to the prevailing winds. This layout causes snowdrifts to form on the leeward side, leaving the windward side free from drifts, reducing snow management requirements. It also acts to create a solid ice surface for vehicles to manoeuvre on. The station's modules are supported on large steel skis and hydraulic legs that allow them to be raised as snow levels build and moved to alternative locations as necessary. The base sits on the Brunt ice shelf, a 150 metre thick slab of ice.
150 metre thick? That is crazy thick. I had no idea that these glaciers were that thick. 150 metres. Damn.
That is steadily moving 400 metres closer to the sea each year. Once ice reaches the edge of the shelf, it carves off into the ocean, creating icebergs. As the Haley base moves closer to the edge of the shelf over time, its modules can be lowered and towed by bulldozers to a new position further inland. To build this state-of-the-art facility in such an inhospitable and remote location, the modules were prefabricated off-site and test-assembled in South Africa before being shipped to Antarctica. Once there, the modules were offloaded and towed to the top of the ice shelf, where final assembly could occur. Construction had to take place in Antarctica's brief summer periods, which last a mere 3 months, and the scheme took 3 summers to complete, opening in 2013.
It must have been expensive to get this whole thing done. I imagine that this must be, you know, the level of difficult conditions like living on Mars. I'm sure Mars is even worse, but, you know, like a lot of people, me included, want humans to go to Mars, you know, create a city on Mars, but it's going to be hard to live there.
Now operational, the Haley Research Station houses 52 researchers during the summer months, whilst 16 stay behind each year to ride out the continent's extreme winter. From one cold location to another, the Sphinx Observatory in the Swiss Alps is situated 3,571 metres above sea level and is the highest altitude construction project undertaken in Europe to date. While the observatory is indeed remote, its construction was made possible by the near 20-year mission to conquer the Alps by rail and the opening of Europe's highest railway station nearby in 1912. This feat enabled the construction of the observatory, with materials and workers able to be transported to within 100 metres of the site. Since opening in 1937, the observatory has undergone numerous upgrades as technology has progressed, and is still a major research centre for astronomy, glaciology, and meteorology. The observatory offers tourists an opportunity to take in the view from the top of Europe and can be accessed from an elevator shaft bored through the mountain that...
This must have been so complex to construct, because you are, I'm sure, you know, they're tunneling into this mountain with very little visibility. You know, obviously they're gonna have flashlights and, you know, things such as that, but inside, once you start digging in, it's pitch black, and you've got to know exactly, you know, where you're going. Constructing these huge mechanisms, it's really impressive.
Links with the rail station. In the depths of Chile's Atacama Desert sits the breathtaking ESO Hotel. Featuring prominently in the 2008 James Bond film Quantum of Solace, the hotel is not open for public use and in fact serves as accommodation for researchers working at the European Southern Observatory. Built to minimise its impact on the surrounding desert, the hotel lies within a natural depression in the landscape, with only its central garden dome visible on the horizon.
Wow.
Constructed primarily with concrete, as brick and steel were deemed economically impractical and did not fit with the desert context, the hotel offers 108 rooms, 18 offices, a sauna, gardens, pools and a library, and has been nicknamed the Oasis for astronomers.
Man, I'd love to visit this place. Oh, look at this.
Sitting at an altitude of 2,400 metres and with less than 1 centimetre of rainfall each year, tankers brought water to the site to mix the concrete during construction. To this day, the complex still relies on regular water deliveries to remain functional.
Wow.
Dyed red to blend in with its surroundings, the hotel's concrete facade also provides significant thermal mass, helping to regulate its internal climate throughout the extremes of the desert day. If you enjoyed this video and would like to get more from the definitive video channel for construction, subscribe to the B1M.
Wow. That was an incredible video. Well done to the B1M. Just fantastic production quality. Really good. And I was so impressed by first of all, the seed vault in Norway. Just the fact that they, they had the idea and they executed on it, just in case, because we never know. Obviously, everyone knows nuclear war would be devastating for mankind, but someday there might be someone crazy enough to start one, to set one off. And it's good to know that if there are humans that survive that, there's going to be, ways to restart agriculture. Really, really cool. And that hotel, I love the aesthetic of it, just how it looked, how it fitted into the local environment. Really cool video from the B1M. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.